question is, do you really want more or do you feel like you should? On today's episode, I'm going to talk about redefining success. What if the next level isn't what you actually want? And this could be a shocking experience for you. And today I'm talking about redefining success. What if the next level isn't what you actually want? So, what do you mean by next level? So, we continue as high achieving, A-type people, we're shooting for success. We're on that great big hamster wheel of modern life, working and being moms and wives and friends and good neighbors and good people of our community. And we're volunteering and we have all these things that we're doing and we're striving to get a promotion, and to do well and win the awards and write the books and build the business and all these things. But we get to that next level and we don't even celebrate, right? We're already eyeing that next title, that next goal. So then you hit six figures and suddenly you're like, I'm such a failure. I didn't hit seven figures. Right? You grow your email list to 10,000 subscribers, and then you're like, why isn't it 20? And you finally master that work-life balance, which is a load of crap because you're never going to balance work and life since work is one of 10 areas of life. But anyway, you feel like you're a bit more balanced. And then that's when people are like, oh, you could start another side hustle if you're working, like you could start a side hustle if you're working at a job. Or oh, you could do another product or start another business because your first business is so successful. And you start to feel like I don't get to rest. Rest is for the weak. And I am strong. Or at least you're pretending to be strong. But here's the real question. Do you actually want more? Or do you just feel like you should? Do you actually want more? Like, do you? And this is where, I have another business that I started, Virtual Assistant Made Easy. I fought it. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. And this is because I already felt like I had too many things, too many, what do they say? Irons in the fire or too many things on the go. I was trying to streamline. And then it was people kept asking me, can you help me hire my VA? What do you delegate? How do you delegate? Can you teach me all of these things? And I was like, no, 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 I'm too busy. I can't do it. And then a friend of mine, Michelle, said, yeah, but having a virtual assistant means that the people you're telling to balance their lives can actually pass things off and then have more space to balance. And then on the other side, you're teaching to your business clients strategy and you're teaching them the cool things that they can implement, but they don't have the technology or maybe the know-how or the time to put all of these things into place. Right? So I started the virtual assistant made easy business and built that business. And then people said, this is a great business. You could scale it. You could make it like so big. And the thing is that question, do I actually want more? Do I want more clients? Do I want more VAs on my team? Do I want more to happen in that business? Do I want the business to be bigger? And at the time I said no, and maybe that will change. But why does this matter for you? Well, I don't want you to get into the trap of chasing without questioning. You need to question these things, right? Like high achieving women, we're basically like trained border collies, right? We see a goal and we chase it. And it doesn't matter if we want it necessarily, or if it makes sense for us to go for it, or if it aligns with our actual life goals. We just see the opportunity and we think, yep, I should definitely run at full speed at that. And that's where the being and the doing comes in, right? The being and the doing. The doing is that high achieving woman, the border collie, seeing the goal and going for it without stopping, with the being and being in that place of, does this like feel right? Does this bring me energy or feel like it's zapping energy? If I say yes to this, what do I have to say no to have the lifestyle I want? What do I even want for my life? See, the problem is if you're not careful, you're going to wake up one day exhausted, juggling a million responsibilities, realizing you don't even like the life you built. And that happens. I have met many people who are exactly where they had aimed to be in their success level, in their finances, in every area of their life. And they get to the top of the mountain and they say, is this it? Is this where I was supposed to be? Is this even my mountain that I'm supposed to be on? I don't know. Like I kind of just want to be over there and I want to be doing that. And so are you at that level of success because someone else told you that's what success looks like? Hmm. It wasn't a question of if I was going to a university, it was just which one are you going to? And there were timelines, right? This happens and this happens and this happens. I know today is quite different than my time and even the time before, but success without intention, without the being side is just the busyness in disguise, basically. And honestly, we don't have time for that nonsense when life is just way too short. Can you count on your hand, or do you need more hands of people who you know died too soon, of people who didn't get to enjoy life, or people who have lost things in their life? They maybe finally retired and lost their spouse. They maybe finally got to that high level and then completely burnt out. If we break it down, more isn't always better. Aligned growth matters more. And do we want to be making six, seven figures? Yeah, maybe we do, because then the more money we make, the more we can do with that. But bigger doesn't always mean better, right? More doesn't mean more awesome. Basically, bigger just means bigger responsibilities, bigger pressure, bigger expectations to always be on, right? And if you're not growing in this right direction towards the things that are intentionally for you, all that expansion, all that growth, all that achievement, it's just going to make you miserable. Take away more of your time, potentially, depends how you build the business. It's going to put you in a higher tax bracket, that's for sure, even though I'm not an accountant, I know that. So I want you to think about the last time you achieved a big goal. Did you actually enjoy it? Or did you feel that like immediate crushing obligation? Oh, there's the next goal. I need to go do this. Oh, why didn't I do these things right when I did this goal? Like, do you actually celebrate it? I'm going to have to tag in here the video I did on the motivation mountain. And just listen to that. I want to explain it here because I don't want this one to be too long. But basically, I'm going to move on, but go watch that one after. We'll make sure we link it in the show notes for you to be able to see. So we're taught, right, that success is a ladder. It goes up and up and up and up, and you have to keep climbing. But what if success was actually like a choose your own adventure story? So you kind of could go through this way on this, if we think of a ladder, and then you go, oh, that looks cool over there, and you jump over here. And so it doesn't have to be climbing up, it can be lateral steps. It can also be a complete different change of scenery, right? Have you heard stories of people who have worked up in corporate and then decided, I'm gonna make art or I'm gonna go do something I really love to do. So their passion, the thing maybe they started off the side of their desk becomes what they move into, or that they on purpose take a demotion, not a promotion, a demotion. They pull down in responsibility because they want to have the life that they actually are choosing that's not been chosen for them. So what if you're not supposed to climb forever either, right? What if you climbed a little bit and then enjoyed life and maybe built something different or did different goals that actually fit the lifestyle that you want? So we're going to take on a new perspective here. Success is personal. You get to own your own version. We're going to stop measuring life according to success and start measuring life according to our satisfaction. So maybe success for you isn't a C-suite title or the corner office with a view. Maybe it's not a TED Talk. Maybe it's not managing a team of 50, making seven figures, writing your 50th book. Maybe it's working just 3 days a week. Maybe it's making great money and having time to actually enjoy your life. Maybe it's running a business that doesn't require you to be on 17 Zoom meetings a day. One of my friends, she built a fabulous business, but she was in meetings all day and she was pulled out of the stuff that she loved to do. Maybe it's being like really good at what you do without having to constantly prove it to people who don't even matter. Like being able to say, no, I don't like that. Don't want to work with that person. Don't want to say yes to that project. I just want to do the things I'm good at. But the problem is, right, we often define our success based on other people's expectations. Or I've done another podcast about external gratification, external accomplishment, external acknowledgement, and society, family, uh, people on LinkedIn, influencers online, you know, they're part of the 5 a.m. club, they're meditating, they're judging us, right? But if your version of success doesn't include waking up early or all of these things, then that's fine. Except if your version of success currently doesn't include happiness, ease, joy, energy, then like what kind of life are you having and how can we really call that success? So what do you do? Well, it's time to either figure out what you really want or kind of scrap everything, start fresh and redefine what you actually want. So ask yourself, I'm a coach. I ask questions. I ask questions, right? What actually excites you? Not what sounds cool to do, but what excites you. Does it excite you to learn how to make hot cross buns? Does it excite you to get your hands in the dirt and garden? It's not what looks good on paper. I've spoken about that a lot before. It's about what actually lights you up, gives you energy, gives you fire. And if you didn't have to post about it on social or talk about it, like what would you do? What would you do if no one was going to say anything? Would you do calligraphy? Would you do road biking? What would you do? If no one was watching, if no one would say anything, what actually excites you? The next question. I'm going to give you 3 questions, okay? We need to, as I spoke in previous episodes about that difference between internal and external validation. And so I want you to ask yourself, like, look at the things you're doing currently in your life that you're putting your energy towards, the goals you're going after, and ask yourself this question. Are you chasing this goal, this promotion, this whatever, fill in the blank, because you want it or because you think it'll make you look successful to other people? Are you chasing something because you think it will make you look good to other people or because you actually want it? Or is it because other people said it's good? Okay, ask yourself that. And the last one, I want you to know that there is a point where you get to say, enough, enough. My schedule is full, enough. I have done enough pursuing, right? Rather than the climb the ladder, I'm going to do the choose your own adventure route. So be bold enough to stop at enough. You don't have to do like the big flex. Oh, I'm doing more. I'm so busy. And so the question I'm going to ask you is, looking at your life, Is what you have enough? Or is it too much? Is what you have in life enough? Or is it too much? Or here's the other little in brackets. Is it enough of the right things? There's a myth that you don't have time for anything else. And there's some people that say, give something you want done to a busy person, they'll get it done. But that's just shoving in more and taking up more of your time. And then you don't have any time for yourself. So, looking at your life, is there enough of what brings you joy to say, I have a great life? So, those are some tough questions. If they've raised for you something that you'd like to talk about, coach about, then email me, Diane@DianeRolston.com. So here are my final thoughts here. Success should make us feel great. Should make us feel freedom, energy, happiness, not pressure. Not pressure to climb up to the next step. Not because really with that ladder, it's endless, right? And if we have goalposts we're shooting for, I'll tell you, as soon as you get there, the goalposts will move, right? The ladder will keep getting higher. And it's just really about owning your own life. It's your life. And there's too often that too many people get to say their opinions on how you're going to live your life, right? So if chasing that next level, that next goal, getting to the next rung on the ladder is draining your soul, maybe the next level isn't really what you want, and that's okay. You don't have to get up there and stay up there. You don't have to get up there and push for more. If the next level isn't what you actually want, then don't go for it, right? You are allowed. I did another episode called Wave the White Flag, or maybe that was a presentation. I don't know if I did it as a podcast. But anyway, the idea of be a good quitter, like back off when it's not for you, right? You don't have to hustle for the sake of hustling. You don't get a badge of honor for being a hustler, especially at your own expense. You don't have to prove anything to anyone else. You don't have to spend your entire life chasing the next thing when what you already have is pretty darn good. If you're happy where you are, it's okay. Put blinders on and enjoy your life. So before you set your next big goal, ask yourself, do I actually want this? Or am I just running towards it because I don't know how to stop? I don't know how to get off the hamster wheel. You do. Ask yourself, do I actually want this? And listen to the truth of that answer and then act on it. Well, I'm going to stop here. Oh, so much here. And I'm just so passionate about this because this has been a lesson that I have had to learn. And so if you're looking to get off that hamster wheel, if you're looking to like be able to take bold intentional action towards what's enough for your life, reach out to me, Diane@DianeRolston.com, and let's jump into a coaching session about this. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe, share with a friend, and until next time, stay dynamic. Bye.